We are here with Steve and Jared. You guys are the co-founders of GroupMe, which is like the tech startup darling right now. So first of all, in short, what is GroupMe?
GroupMe makes life fun and easy for you and your groups, and we do that through free group texting and conference calling for everybody. So we work on every single phone. Doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or a dumb phone, you can use GroupMe. And essentially what we do is we set up what's the equivalent of a chat room, but over text message. So a great way for you to stay in touch with your friends from college, your family, your coworkers, your fantasy football league if you have one, or your friends who you watch Disney movies with.
So let's talk about how the idea came about. Didn't it happen overnight?
Sort of. Woke up in the morning and my fiance started complaining because she was part of an email chain and a bunch of her friends were going to a music festival out in Colorado, and when it came time to go to the festival, it kind of broke down in real time because there wasn't always a data connection and not everybody had a smartphone. So kind of had this idea that talking in groups should be much easier than it is, and called up Steve. Bounced around a couple of ideas, and I'd been trying to get Steve to work on something with me for ages.
And he called me with, this is probably his second idea though in a month span. So I slept on it, but then woke up super excited. And then I called Jared, and we had a 2-hour conversation. And we fleshed out an 18-month product roadmap in a 2-hour call, and we're still executing that roadmap now. So
we're sort of in this age of broadcast overload. We have these wonderful publishing platforms where you can really express yourselves freely to the entire world, but what we don't have is a good product or platform that scopes that down. A good, tool, everyday fun part of your lives where you can communicate with the people that are important to you, that are intimate to you, that you feel comfortable sharing whatever you want to share with.
What's the most interesting person in your group that you've heard of using GroupMe?
There are hunters in the woods in North Carolina who use this to stay in touch with each other. Really strange. We don't endorse hunting in any way whatsoever. But we
don't condone hunting either.
Well, I'm from the South. So.
Okay, so sorry, didn't mean to.
No. You used to work at Guilt, and you worked at Tumblr before. So what experiences from working at those, pretty much successful startups are you bringing to the table?
I learned a lot at Guilt. So I was doing my own startup stuff before that, just small things, and went to Guilt to see what it was like to build a team. And, I watched that engineering department just grow huge. I watched all the growing pains. I watched the good, the bad. I knew exactly after that experience, what I wanted to bring to my engineering culture.
I didn't know much about startups before I joined Tumblr, truthfully. I kind of hopped in the day after I graduated from school, but got to see some really amazing things. See a company scale exponentially from, getting tens of thousands of users a month to probably millions now. I mean, it's huge. And seeing the way the team operated there internally, seeing how much detail and attention they paid to product, it's really inspiring.
So you guys have rumors $9 million in funding. There's rumors that you guys are worth 20 to 30 million already. How do you feel about that?
So we can't necessarily confirm anything,
right? Got it.
Relative to that, but we feel really, really good about where the product is and where the product is going.
But not just that; it's been an incredible experience. I mean, we went from being employees at companies we liked, but always being really, really ambitious and wanting to do our own things, to doing exactly what we want to be doing.
How are you guys going to make money?
Yeah.
So, obviously right now we're focusing on refining the product, just giving the best user experience possible and working on distribution. We have this concept of sponsor groups that we introduced with Austin City Limits Music Festival, which is great. A really, really simple way for people who are going to a live event or people who have are part of some type of affinity or like some television show or movie, can create a group around a specific topic. And in turn, that sponsor, like Austin City Limits, can message those people. So that's one model we have in mind. But really what we want to be long-term is a platform for you and your groups or friends to communicate on and make decisions on better. So what that means is, if you're talking about a sushi restaurant or something, we want to be able to show you cool sushi restaurants that you can make a reservation at.
What are some of the challenges you think you would face in the future with trying to build upon GroupMe?
The telco side of the world is new to us. Luckily, we have some great advisors in there who are helping really understand it. And what we do in the long term on the telco side of things and how we expand that internationally is really going to be interesting.